come gather round. See what just skipped into town. The ultimate challenge.
Hey, look who's here, Benson.
It's 1999. You just finished watching an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark and the commercials pop on. You just finished watching your favorite commercial, Like a Rock! The commercial comes on that you've never seen before. You notice a blue character that seems familiar in full 3D. It's Sonic, but surrounded by characters you had never seen before. Then you see it. A white godlike console with a reddish-orange circle on it that says Sega Dreamcast. That's the future. To be quite frank, I wasn't really that impressed and I didn't care too much. So I don't know if it's God's plan, but oddly enough, the first time I see the console was at a church Sunday school event. And I saw these kids crowded around a TV. So, me being curious, I try and rustle through that, see what's in the middle, and I see the Dreamcast in there. And for the first time I saw Sonic Adventures 1. And at that moment, I was like, yo, I gotta have this. So, Sunday school ends, get back with my parents, we're driving back home, and I'm like, yo, mom, dad, what's up? I need this console, I wanna play this new Sonic game. And they straight up looked at me and they're like, no, you can buy it yourself though. So, I did. I spent like a good whole summer doing like extra chores, mowing lawns and whatnot, just to get the money to get the new Dreamcast. And by the time I had the money, like they'd already like announced that it's getting canceled, and I didn't even know any of that stuff yet. But it didn't matter. That means the system was gonna be cheaper. So since it was cheaper, I got 2 first games instead of 1, and it was Sonic Adventures 1 and Vigilante 8, which I loved those games. The Dreamcast had a wide selection of games. They had some of my favorite games. Power Stone, but a 4-player like brawl, like woo. Does that sound familiar now? Yeah, it does. But Power Stone was doing that shit way before. Well, I guess Smash did it first. But Power Stone was one of the best games to play, especially with all your boys. Crazy Taxi 2, a video game about a job that somehow makes it fun, probably because it's a little bit crazy. Sign me up. Shenmue 1 and 2, which is one of the best like RPG, I guess JRPGs or whatever you want to call it, of its time, and still great. I mean, I can't go back and play it now, but then I was like amazed by it. We had Soul Calibur, which Soul Calibur is still doing this thing today. Like, it's an amazing fighting game, and it's another 3D fighting game. But they also had Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is a 2D fighter. So you had your choices, you had what you could do. They had Jet Set Radio, which is another 3D, almost open world game where you literally skate and put graffiti everywhere. And if you get caught by the cops, they shoot you, which isn't that different from reality now. Ready to Rumble was also a really good game, and I mean, I was gonna get the game anyways because it had a black dude with an afro on the front cover, which is like, hey, what's up? But it's just a ridiculous boxing game. And let's go back to the Dino Crisis 2 and 1, and they also had House of the Dead 1 and 2, which if you had a light gun, which I didn't have a light gun, but you could pretty much just have an arcade game on your console. House of the Dead is still great. You can go to an arcade right now and play it, and you'll be like, this is still super fun. Dreamcast even had a game where you play as a dolphin. You just play as a dolphin. And they also had that really weird game, I think it was like Seaman, where you have a microphone and you talk to a weird humanoid fish, which if you don't know about that game, just go ahead and look it up. I don't even know how to describe it. But when it comes down to it, my favorite game still on that console, and probably my favorite Sonic game, is Sonic Adventures 1. Like, I know it's not the best Sonic game to some people, but in my opinion, I love that game. I love the 3D aspects, the fact you can change characters that I had never even heard of. It's super fast paced, it looked awesome. I love that game. I can still go back and play it now. I actually still own that game. It's on the shelf over there, but I don't have a Dreamcast anymore. The Dreamcast only lasted 3 years, and I only got like the last year of it, but even then, it's still, to this day, my favorite console. I think it was like way ahead of its time. It's just a fantastic console. I wish, and I'm asking Sega, please, which I know there's probably some weird rights issues with games and whatnot, but if you guys made a Dreamcast Classic or Mini Dreamcast, I would be the first in line to buy it and probably play it like every day. I love Dreamcast. I wish it was never like killed, but I guess that's just a dream I'll have to cast away.